Okay, welcome back. What I want to do is to continue with level 3 electrotechnical qualifications installation or maintenance 5357. Now some of you will recognize that this has replaced the 2357 which I've previously spoken about. But what I want to do is to make you aware that there is a link between the 5357 level 3 and the 2357 level 3. Okay? Also. Now here we have sitting gills, okay, and that's what we're going to be looking at. And you can see that the latest version is here. This is our latest version here, okay? And that's December 2018 version 2.1. So be aware that from my initial first presentation of the 5357, it has since changed, okay? And I'm not going to take too long on this. All I'm going to do is just show you the criteria. Okay, you can see sitting gills, 5357 level 3, age group approved, 16 to 18, 19 plus, etc. You don't need any prerequisite qualifications, but remember you need to be able to achieve level 2 in maths and English. Okay? Okay, so there we are, okay? Right, now I don't want to take too long on that because that's just for your information only, okay? And here you have, it tells you different versions which existed before, so we can skip that, okay? If you want to look at it, feel free. All you need to do is to pause the video, okay? Now contents. Just make sure that I've got this online, okay, and it's in frame. Okay. Now I try to make it as large as possible so that it doesn't actually, you don't need to strain your eyes to read it, okay? Content, just assessment criteria, and here are our main units. Unit 101, or 001, Unit 102, Unit 103, 003. Now, Unit 003 links in to the old 303, okay? Which you would have done when you did the 2357, because believe me when I tell you, some of you may not have finished the 2357, so you may still have work from that previous session. You can simply bring it across to the 5357 and it should tie in. Now there might be a bridging link, but if you do certain options, you may well have achieved those bridging links, okay? And here we have, and those are all complete units. Now I don't like the way that I don't like the unit section of how this has been done in regards to the 5357, but that's only my opinion, please note, okay? I think that the sequencing should have been more precise. I mean, 101 or 001, what's the difference? Why 001 for me? 102, 103, 003, okay? Right, 004, 05. Okay, now 106. Now just my question is, why 105 and 005? What's the relationship between these two? And is the 005 linking to another course element, or is it in reference to EAL? It doesn't actually tell me, so that just is a question for me. But maybe it's just something quite simple, and that I'm overlooking, okay? Right, let's carry on, okay? Never mind that, you can pause and look at that if you want at your own leisure. And here are our units, and that's what we'll need to be looking at. Some of you would have done health and safety already, 102, 103, okay, or 003, okay. Optional 1 from Now here we are looking at BS7678, sorry, BS7671 2008, okay, to 2015, which would have bring us up to the 17th edition of the IE regs. But here we have now option 1 is 018, which brings us BS7671 to 2018. Now the problem we're going to have in regards to the 018 is that there's likely to be changes within the BS7671, simply due to the fact that we're no longer part of the EU, or we will be leaving shortly. So if you are just starting your course, I would leave this for the time being, because you're going to cover this anyway as part of your natural process in regards to the IE regs, okay, and do this at a later on down the line, okay. But that's only my suggestion based upon what has happened in the past. Okay, good. Now I'm not going to do anything on this, because that's for you to read at your leisure if you wish, okay. All I'm going to do is to make it available for you to see it and to read it, hopefully all being well. Now, some of the colleges has not employed electrical assessors, or they try to employ them on a part-time basis, thinking that you can do the electrical assessing on the cheap. You can't. You need to have a full-time electrical assessor who can come out on site to see you, assess your work, mark your work off, get it signed off, speak to the person you're working with and any associated management to establish that you are completing and achieving the tasks set out in your NVQ or portfolio documentations. And remember, all this has to be signed off as well, okay? You can't just take it for granted that they're going to sign it off. Some people won't. Well, I don't, because unless I've seen it for myself, I'm very reluctant to sign off any paperwork which I have not seen you do. And if you're a good electrical assessor, then this same thing would apply across the road. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just working my way down towards the actual content. Okay, so bear with me. I'm just now. Feel free to pause this process. Okay, at any point in time. Okay, let me just go back up, make sure that we can get that into place. Some of you now would like to see that in full. Okay. Okay, let's carry on. Okay. Now all this does is telling you what is expected and the assessment procedure, okay, and how many questions there is. Okay. And again, I'm not taking too long on these either, okay. You can read this at your own leisure, but remember you can pause the video, okay. And this will be on my channel. Some of you, please pass on the information to some of your associates and people that you may know, so that they can access the information for themselves without you trying to explain it to them directly, okay? It's not a secret, please note. Okay, we can go down now, and I'm getting down to it now, so bear with me. Yes. And we can skip through this, okay? Now remember, Unit 6 Here we are. Okay. 101, health and safety. And here we have understand how relevant legislation applies in the workplace. Now, you're going to be looking here at Esquire, PPE, HSE, Health and Safety Executives. Now, use the internet, just type in HSE, and it's going to bring you up a lot of information that you can access. Okay? And legislations. Now, what are the legislations? Okay? Regulations and legislations. Now, 1974 Health and Safety at Work Act, and that covers a wide umbrella. Okay? So here you can see that some of you will have information here that you can use from previous learning. Use it. Okay, and again, all I'm going to do is just step through it. I'm not going to take too long over it. Here you have RIDDOR, firefighting procedures, alarm and evacuation procedures, etc. RIDDOR, Esquire, etc. Okay, they're numerous. Now, in my channel, on my channel, you will find unit or playlist 301. If you go to playlist 301 and open it up, it will have a lot of health and safety information in there. Now, one of the things I'm going to try and do is to see if I can revamp it and reissue it in a different form, in a more simpler form to understand. But bear with me while I try to get it done, okay? But here you can see your activities in regards to 101. And again, here you need to be sure that you're up to date with the latest standards. Make sure you're always using the current IE regs. And here we have unit 102, apply health and safety environments. Okay, right. Identify which workplace health and safety procedures are relevant to the work environment. Now, PPE, risk assessment, method statements, safe system of work. You need to be able to draw these out and show that you understand the concept. Write it up. A lot of this information you may have been given already, or one of your friends may have this information, so use it. Okay, it is not new in that sense. The learning content is still the same. (103,003). Okay, and again here, this is a very large unit. Okay, I can tell you that for now. The learning hours is 115 hours. Now that's, you got to remember that it's per pupil, okay? I'm not even going to read through this. All I'm going to do is just glance through it and let you make it available to you to see on video, so you can look at it in your own time and at your own leisure. Okay? Okay, relevant source of information, statutory documents, code of practice, British standards, site drawings, etc. Okay. Okay, and I'm only going to go for this in a glance. Okay, you will need to pause the video and read the information for yourselves. I'm hoping that it works like that. Okay. 104, etc. Okay, read that information, be aware of it. Okay. 105. Now this reminds me of the unit 305 in the old 2357. Okay, and there could be a link to this, but I've made a brief marking of it for myself already, but we'll see. Organized obviously let's go work environment. Okay, there. And you can see the learning outcomes in this case here. Okay, so and the range it looks at. So I'm going to go right through it because you will need to be able to look at this yourselves, and some of you will find this quite useful for level 3s. Okay. Now this is an actual job that you would be on. Okay, so you're looking at selecting appropriate tools, equipment to enable termination and connections, adopting appropriate PPE. Right, so you'll need to have look at your risk assessment in regards to the job. So you could be on site on a job. What's the first thing you're going to be doing? Okay. So you need to be able to write that down and fill that in completely. Produce photographic evidence as well wherever possible. So here as well, you need to look at installing wireless regulations, installation specifications, etc. Metallic trunking, cable tray, etc. All that you need to have been able to do. Have photographic evidence of you actually doing these tasks. You'll find that it goes a long way to completing your portfolio. Now again, this is for you to read through. You can pause the video and look at it for yourselves. Okay. The idea here is to try to provide you with as much information as possible. Okay. There's not much for me to say here. It's just to now so that you can see what is required and you can use it as a point of reference for yourselves. Okay. Okay, so here you're dealing with the IE regs, sorry, IEE regs or IET regs, okay? Right, so nothing for me to mention here. You will be doing this as an ongoing process as part of your training course anyway. Oh, excuse me a second. Okay, let me see if I can just finish this off before somebody's shouting me, okay? Okay, I'll be done in a minute. Okay, thank you, okay? I hope you found this useful. Appendix 7. Okay, have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. And I hope you found this useful. Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you.